Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between SortOf and ShoWTimE on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is SortOf. And in the top side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE. So a PvZ for you today on the channel. Again, my favorite matchup of all time. And this is from their round of 32 matchup from Dreamhack Open 2016, the World Championship Series Spring Tournament. Woo! Sometimes my tongue gets away from me, and there's nothing bad about that. Okay. I like this music. Do you like this music too? Can you hear it? Pretty sure those are French horns. Anytime you want to sound majestic and heroic in orchestra, you just throw in the French horns and call it good. That's what I learned from band in the years I played trumpet back in middle school, but that was a long time ago. And this is just, it's just beautiful. I like it so much. I'm not sure. ShoWTimE like scouted for a proxy hatch and then said, yup, and threw down a Nexus. But regardless, here we go. SortOf, can he get it down before the probe gets here? No, the block. The block with the probe. So darn annoying. Look at ShoWTimE. This is something ShoWTimE likes to do. If you're watching a PvZ with ShoWTimE, he will use his probe to the best of his ability and absolutely shut down the Zerg's attempts at getting down a third hatch. Look at this. He forced him to get a spawning pool, to get an extractor. He wanted a third hatch first because he knew about this early Nexus from ShoWTimE. But as it stands, ShoWTimE playing this super duper well. He might even cancel this. I'm not sure that he wants it to finish. He does. All right, so ShoWTimE lets it finish there. This poor drone will take forever to kill it. There are no lings on the way for quite a while. And now SortOf is essentially stuck on 2 bases when he wanted to be on 3. His timings are tossed off. He's forced to get some lings out, which he didn't want to do for a while either, knowing there's nothing ShoWTimE can do to really hurt him. And early lings can't do any and deliver any pain to ShoWTimE. Look at this. Full wall off. No big deal. These lings might be able to sleep through here. Maybe. But either way, Zealot's being chrono boosted out to hold the line, so nothing to worry about on that. This poor drone. Probe coming back in. He wants some more, man. He's going to try to kill this drone. Can he get it? No. Good reaction time by SortOf. Going to be close. Oh! Oh, SortOf forced to run for his life, and the pylon will stay up longer than it normally would. ShoWTimE, you are a beast. Finally, some lings pop out. They will be able to finish off that pylon, but you're not going to see a lot of lings coming out from ShoWTimE, recognizing again, this wall is impermeable. There's no way he's going to get through this at all. This Zealot holding line is great. Ooh, the Stargate opening from our friend ShoWTimE. It is an excellent, excellent decision. Again, the pylon slowly getting worked down, and there it goes. And finally, about a minute and a half after he wanted it to, he does manage to get the hatch. Some discussion here about some lag. There's a lot of this, man. As Dreamhack opened, I'm not sure what the problem was, but hopefully they'll get it solved for next time because there was a lot of discussion about lag. Not chrono boosting out the Cybernetics Core research called the Warp Gate. Did chrono boost out the Adept, actually, surprisingly. And ShoWTimE, are you going for a third Nexus, ShoWTimE? You are. ShoWTimE, third Nexus coming out. Mothership Core 2. He is going to be so ahead of SortOf in economy. I think SortOf might just need to go for about a 2.5 base Roach Ravager timing attack. Because ShoWTimE does not have very much by way of army. He has 8 army. Okay, SortOf only has 11, but SortOf can throw together a huge attack a little bit more quickly than his opponent can. Although I do see +1 attack coming up for the melee. I don't see any sign of a Roach Warren. Structures tab, structures tab. No. No Roach Warren. I did not speak out of turn there. Income tab. Let's take a look at that one. 38 to 32. ShoWTimE again doing a great job with the macro. He is absolutely playing SortOf like a fiddle right now. Queen. Inject. There it is. Perfect inject. SortOf is known for that sort of thing. Haha. Tries to scout in with an Overlord, but guess what? Phoenix. And your scout did absolutely nothing. Congratulations. You found out there's a Stargate because there's a Phoenix. You saw an assimilator. You saw some workers. That is all you saw. Of course, there's not much else to see. I mean, he knows there's a Cyber Core. He knows there's a gateway. So I guess learning that there's a Stargate is all the information he really needs. He knows about this base too. So again, not really anything coming out of this intel, except for the fact that ShoWTimE is playing this fairly standard as far as PvZ goes. And he does know about this base, so that was a good scout. Okay, the Overlord does see the third Nexus coming in, and SortOf's going to try to punish this thing. He's coming right on in with a whole ton of lings. Photon Overcharge could save the day. Great positioning with that Adept. The lings trying to get a nice surround on the pylons. The lings are going for it. They are not worried at all about this Photon Overcharge, and one pylon does go down. Can they get rid of the Adept and the second pylon? Yes! Yes, this base is in a lot of trouble. The Lings don't go up there. You can't get up there. Go ahead and try to kill anything. Try to denying the +1 attack. Also, maybe going to take out this Nexus too. I'm not sure why you keep trying to go up there. There's a single Zealot holding that line. Mothership Core might be able to Photon Overcharge as well. Can they take this down? The Ling counterattack has been pretty devastating so far, but again, SortOf has cut a lot of workers to make this thing happen. He does get the Nexus. And can he get through the pylons? The pylons holding, and here is the Oracle. An Oracle is an excellent, excellent Zergling killing machine. As we can see, up to 4 kills already. And what was that? A small attack? Okay, so a small Phoenix attack down here did take out a couple drones. In the end, it is still 53 to 40 total harvesters. ShoWTimE is still up, but losing that base hurts. He did not want to lose that base at all, but the Ling counterattack by SortOf did what it needed to do. He keeps trying to come up here. There is a single sentry. Could make something happen with force fields, but actually holds it. Holds the force fields in, shows some patience, uses the Photon Overcharge to chase those Lings away, and the Lings are never, ever, ever getting up that ramp. Phoenix trying to do more damage and more shenanigans. Baneling Nest on the way for SortOf, getting himself a lair as well. +1 ground carapace. Robotics facility coming up for ShoWTimE, and what is that Phoenix count at? 4. We can see them all right here. All right, Phoenix, what mischief do you have planned? Going to try to kill some more drones, I suppose? Yes, however, there are spore crawlers, there are queens everywhere that you want to go. I might have spoken a little bit too soon. Nope, there's a spore crawler down there. So going to try to sneak on in and try to kill some of the workers on gas. There are no workers on gas. Oop, now there is. Now there is a bit of a Ling attempt here once again, but the Zealot count and the Sentries. A Zealot-Sentry combination pretty darn good against Zerglings, just because they can force field them off. The Phoenix do take out the workers on gas nonetheless, taking some shots from the Spore Crawler. One of the Phoenix very low on health indeed. You almost need a Spire at this point, or I guess a whole ton of Queens will do it. Holy shamoly. 7 Queens up for SortOf right now. So it's 4 base on the way for SortOf, 3rd base on the way for ShoWTimE. SortOf has kind of set things right with the world. It is 57 to 62 workers. It is pretty darn even on that count. And Banelings. All right, so if the Banelings can get in here on the Zealots and the Sentries, it might actually do a good job here. And Banelings crushing all of the Zealots. Just gone. Sentries getting destroyed here too. Can the Lings take down this base once again? I think maybe. Oh, they got inside. They got inside the natural base. They're taking out so many probes back here. The probes are desperately microing to their heart's content, trying to attack, but no, these Lings have +1/+1. They are so hard to kill. So many dead probes right now. More dead drones. I'm not sure where the heck that was. I don't see anything, but these Lings taking out more and more of the probes. Cannon finally pops up. And that's it. So workers killed by SortOf is 17, and workers killed by ShoWTimE is 11. It is currently 52 to 71 workers. ShoWTimE establishing that 4th base, establishing his saturation on his first 3 bases while doing that Ling counterattack. Again, that's what SortOf is known for, are these Ling attacks, and he's done fairly well with them so far in this game. Phoenix looking for their revenge. Going to try to kill more and more of these drones. Another Spore Crawler coming up. That Phoenix count looking really, really scary from ShoWTimE, just lifting everything that he can. Again, especially the drones on gas. I can't hammer this enough. That is an excellent strategy, especially because it slows down the gas income for SortOf. Queens trying to stab away. Can they get a single kill? They hit pretty hard, but Phoenix are just so darn fast is the problem. Another dead. No, that drone lives by the grace of Phoenix not paying attention, I believe is what that was. Lynx tries to come in. The Immortal count now popping up for ShoWTimE. That is +2 Carapace and Centrifugal Hooks. SortOf going for those Banelings that are somewhat their age in ZVP these days. Again, really good against the Depths and Zealots and Sentries if they can hit them. As we can see, 2, actually 3. All 3 of those units on display right now, so Banelings might not be a bad choice after all. I'm just not a huge fan of the Baneling Hydra composition. Although, it doesn't seem to be what SortOf is going for. He's going for a Hive, he's going for a Spire. I think he needs Corruptors. The Corruptors might be necessary just for this high Phoenix count. Again, these Overlords might be in trouble too. The Queen's trying to force them away and going to be able to do it. Not before losing more and more of those drones. At 75 to 61 though, SortOf just replaces them at a hugely fast rate. Yes, ShoWTimE can take them down, but SortOf is popping them out of eggs, quicker than ShoWTimE can take them out. Lings are running up here, checking for a 4th base. Thank goodness there's not one, says SortOf. ShoWTimE double pumping Immortals. I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't see any indication that there's going to be a lot of roach play. I suppose it might just be preparation for Ultras. If you see this many Lings, that basically means the Zerg is saving their gas. As we can see here, about 700 gas in the bank. Usually for Ultras, especially if they're getting that ground carapace and melee attack upgrades, but I don't know. Can the Lings take... Oh, they could have taken out the probe if they'd focused, but they actually got shot at by the Immortal and came on in. Blink just completing for ShoWTimE. What is this? Lings making sure a fourth base doesn't come up over here. Great map awareness right now by SortOf. And actually going for a Greater Spire. What? ShoWTimE going Greater Spire, morphing in Banelings right on the front lines. Not a great look. As they get canceled immediately. Creep Tumors getting exploded as well. Lings, Banelings coming in for the round. Amazing force fields though. So, wow! Incredible force fields from ShoWTimE. Absolutely shutting that down from the left side, from the top side. SortOf backs out instead of suiciding most of his units onto that. So that was a great play. The sentries might not have very much energy left. Those are a lot of force fields they tapped down. But here we come. Blink Stalker, Immortal Sentry, trying to come up with the Lings on top of the Blink Stalkers. Lings very good against everything in this composition. There are a few Zealots mixed in, but not that many. Pushing onto the creep is ShoWTimE. He wants to do this thing before SortOf gets to tier 3. Corruptors on the way. Greater Spire almost complete, but this is going to have to be a defense with Lings and Banelings. Double Photon Overcharge chasing the Lings away from that base. Setting up here on the creep. Pushing in here is ShoWTimE. The music is getting appropriately epic. Spine Crawlers in as well, trying to kill everything that they can. The Banelings trying to find an avenue of attack, but the force fields continuously awesome. Nice hit with Banelings, though, coming from the backside. Lings might go for a pincer attack. It's just there's not really anywhere to go in because of these force fields. No Ravagers to destroy them using Corrosive Bile. Not that they're used for that most of the time anyway. But first Broodlord on the way. There's only one, though. Only one for SortOf. I think he'd like to have more than that, but he has a lot of gas. I don't know what the holdup is. I suppose he might be a little bit supply blocked. Coming in here again, Guardian Shield popping up. Banelings do slip in, a couple of them. Look at these force fields absolutely protecting everything. Everything that ShoWTimE has is in a nice little snug cocoon. Spine Crawlers are crushing sentries on the front line. Not where they want to be. Lings coming in. Banelings crashing in. Now the sentries are all gone. None left whatsoever hitting the Stalkers there too. All that's left is a handful of Blink Stalkers. Broodlord raining down destruction from above. Corruptors finally taking out these Phoenix that have been so effective. 9 kills on that guy. And Lings getting a full surround there too. That was a nice battle by SortOf. Patient. ShoWTimE's force fields were beautiful, but SortOf just waited and waited and waited. Snuck in there with some Banelings, and now SortOf is on the warpath. He has Broodlords. He's taking a 5th base here too. It is currently 72 to 62 Harvesters. Trying to sneak on out with a Warp Prism and an Oracle, but as soon as these Broodlords set up, I don't see ShoWTimE going for Tempest. I don't see him really going for that many Stalkers. Yes, he's double pumping them, but how many does he have left over? 12. I'm not sure if it's enough, especially with the Lings on the ground. SortOf is setting up to make this thing happen. Coming in with Chainlings to scout things out, see what's going on, get sniffed out immediately. Oracle checks it out, does see this base under construction or under, like, evolution or birth. Whatever you want to say, that is going to be gross because it is Zerg. Oracle sneaks right on in, does see an Overseer getting morphed in. That might be the first Overseer of the game, actually, and it is... No, there are 4, I'm a liar. There are 4, just haven't really seen them. Here they are. They're mixed in with this army. All right, so Broodlords setting up shop here. Can ShoWTimE hold? Can he hold? There it is, the first volley of Broodlings taken out of Pylon very quickly. The upgrades on these Broodlings pretty darn good. I believe they are +2/+2? Yeah, oh, +2/+3. Ouch, even better. All right, here comes ShoWTimE with his Stalker count. The Lings being held back, waiting for this to happen. And now, the Lings coming in, dodging back and forth here. Broodlings on top of everything. ShoWTimE backing out. He is absolutely riding this 4th base off. I don't know if he can do that and win the game. Broodlords, once again, making their presence known. 8 Stalkers in production at a time by ShoWTimE. The Blink Stalkers, especially with +2 attack, trying to take out Broodlords, coming on in, doing this thing, but Transfuse keeping the Broodlords alive. Really great patience, once again, on display by SortOf, not overextending with his Lings at all, letting the Broodlings do most of the work, sending in a few Lings at a time here, but this is going to be our battle. There was that a time warp that got aborted or something? I don't know. There goes the Blink Stalkers making their move, coming right on in, trying to actually take out all the Broodlords by themselves. Can they do it? The Stalker count getting very, very low, forced to blink back. That's never a good look. That's never a good thing, and that's it. A GG from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is defeated, and SortOf is victorious. Woo! That was a good one. That was a great back and forth PvZ. Again, what do we expect otherwise from these players, from ShoWTimE, from SortOf? SortOf, again, the patience, the Ling aggression, but the patience in these situations. What I would have done in SortOf's shoes, I would have had the Broodlords, I would have had them raining down, sieging this base, but as soon as the Stalkers got within like 20 feet of them, I would have sent all the Lings out, they would have been unsupported by Broodlords, some good micro on behalf of the Stalkers, and maybe some Zealots mixed into it would have cleaned out all of the Lings, and then my Broodlords would have been completely undefended. But no, not sort of. He held the Lings back. He made sure the Lings could be useful when he sent them out. Look at them. Are there any Lings? There are still Lings in here. Still Lings going after Immortals, going after Stalkers. Just great, great units against both of these Protoss armed warriors. And they got it done. Again, the Lings held on for sort of the Ling bailing until he could get Broodlords out. I was kind of worried about his ability to do this, but again, he had a lot of gas, so it worked out in the end. So well played indeed by SortOf, well played by ShoWTimE, but today Zerg gets the win. Okay, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.